Hello everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Inside Mission Recruiting with GoBlueDesign. I'm your host, GoBlueDesign, and as always, want to give a quick shout out to all my followers on Twitter, everyone who's subscribed to my recruiting newsletter, and everyone who has registered an account on my website, GoBlueDesign.weebly.com. As always, just wanted to let you guys know that if you haven't registered an account with my website, you can go register one today for free. Absolutely free, not going to be charging anyone. It's a great alternative for people who don't want to be paying for a recruiting membership. I highly suggest that you do that. GoBlueDesign.weebly.com. There will be a tab at the top that says login/register. And if you haven't made an account, you can simply register, leave your name, your email, and you'll be done. You'll be a VIP member on my site for absolutely no cost. Okay? So today, guys, we got plenty of topics to talk about. Going to be talking about the barbecue at the big house, smashing success again for the Wolverines. Going to bring you guys some visitor reactions from guys who actually visited at the barbecue, who were there for the event, and going to bring you some 2016 updates on 2016 targets, some updates on 2016 targets, including Donnie Corley, Levert Hill, Amir Mitchell, and Carlo Kemp, a bunch of guys who are top targets for the Wolverines, guys that could drop soon. We'll get into the details with them soon, guys. So first thing I want to talk about was, of course, the main event of the weekend. Yesterday, smashing success again, the barbecue at the big house. Everyone's been talking about it leading up to the event, and now everyone's talking about the aftermath of the event. Already got one commit from that event in 3-star defensive back prospect, Sir Patrick Scott. Again, he wins Name of the Year in my book. If not, he's on the Name of the Year team. I really like his style. I think I've seen his film. I think he's a great player. I think he can truly emerge into a star-type player in the defensive backfield for the Wolverines. So, wanted to get to the overview of the entire day yesterday. So, prospects arrived, and Michigan went with the same sort of theme that they had last year. Hashtag AmazingQuest was trending on Twitter between recruits, and this year was more of a creativity thing. Wasn't like last year. Last year was speed, according to multiple reports. I planned on going to be around there to maybe interview a couple recruits, but I didn't have the time to go. So my apologies for that, guys. Still planning on doing some interviews later this year with players and prospects. But yeah, quick update on that. But now, yeah, it was obviously a fantastic day. People were raving about the food. I mean, that's obviously good. You want people to enjoy their time. You want to enjoy the food. I mean, good food puts you in a happy mood. So, Michigan obviously probably helped their cases with a lot of guys, including guys like Donnie Corley and Levert Hill. So, I wanted to give you guys some visitor reactions to what happened at the barbecue. Of course, you'll be seeing a bunch of these reports saying that it was a great event, and obviously it was, but you want to hear from the players themselves what they thought word for word. So I asked a couple players from multiple classes. So I'm going to talk about those reactions right now. I'm going to give those to you. Multiple classes, guys. I had guys from 2016 to 2019 give me their reactions, and that just tells you how far Michigan's looking ahead into recruiting. You're already getting guys from 2019 visiting, and these guys are in 8th grade. Actually, they're going to be becoming freshmen soon. So, yeah. So, guys, first reaction I wanted to get you is 2016 offensive tackle commit Eric Swenson, who said, quote, "It was an amazing day. Got to see everyone, and I got to see the new freshman locker room." End quote. That's great. Eric Swenson's probably really the leader of this class, in my opinion. I mean, even if we get a guy such as the number one player in the class, Rashawn Gary, to commit, real possibility that could happen, I still feel like a guy like Eric Swenson is the leader of this class, first to commit. He's stuck with Michigan the entire way. Loyalty is obviously big with him. He embodies what a Michigan man truly is. So, glad to hear from Eric Swenson. Again, I should have said this before I started. Forgive me if I mispronounce any of these names. I'm going to do my best, but forgive me if I mispronounce any of them. So we have 2017 athlete target Jamarick Woods, who said, "I enjoyed the family atmosphere down there." This is what I got from a lot of guys. They were saying they felt like they were a family right when they arrived there. It's a family atmosphere. This is what we want to promote, obviously. You want to make the guys feel part of the family, part of the football program. The football program is a band of brothers. They're a team, and they're a family, so that's good. 2019 linebacker target, Tyrese Woods, said, "Everything was great from the tour and the coaching staff. I really felt like I was part of the family during my time there." Again, family is another big thing with the recruits. They loved that family feeling, that family vibe while they were there. 2018 tight end target, Justin Ademilola. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. That's a hefty last name. Michigan was awesome, is what he said. That's great to hear. And now we hear from Justin's twin brother. Justin's older by 2 minutes. I'm not going to make another attempt in pronouncing that last name, but his name is Jason. We'll just call him Jason A. 2018 D-line target, Jason A. said, "I loved it, and I enjoyed the campus." And that's truly great to hear. You want to be able to see the campus. This maybe for some guys, first time they've seen the campus. I love the campus in Michigan. Beautiful campus. Great feel. Nothing beats walking down State Street and getting a bite to eat at the Chipotle or Buffalo Wild Wings, or going to the back room behind the Little Brown Jug. So hopefully they got to see everything that embodies, like a great campus there. That's great. Now we have 2018 linebacker target Bartek Rybka, who said, "It was amazing. I truly loved it." And that's great. All these guys are saying positive things. You're hearing nothing negative from any of these guys. And I know I've had people comment, as I'm reading this off an article that I posted. You can find the link on my Twitter account. People are saying that these are targets in the 2018-2019 class. What should we be worrying? Why should we be worrying? About what they think about the visit. Well, you want to get a head start on all these guys. These guys are going to be high target recruits next year if you're in 2018. Just like right now, you want to be focused on 2017 too. Coming next year, you're going to be recruiting 2017 and 2018 guys. And then the next year, you're going to be recruiting 2019 guys. So you want to get a good head start with these guys, even though these guys may be just starting high school. But some of these guys have real ability, guys, real talent. So it's great to be able to get a head start, on their recruitment. And again, you can find that article on my website, GoBlueDesign.weebly.com. You just go to the GBD Insider tab. It'll be the most recent article. Posted it yesterday. That list will be updated as I get more reactions, so I've had some guys reply to me. But these were the ones I wanted to share with you today on the show. Alright guys, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you about wanted to give you guys some updates on some 2016 targets. Everyone's been wanting to know what's been going on lately in Michigan recruiting since before Sir Patrick Scott committed. It was a little bit of quiet couple weeks for the Wolverines. Everyone wants to know. Plenty of news really going around, plenty of rumors too. A guy I wanted to talk about was Donnie Corley. He's a 4-star standout wide receiver at Detroit, Martin Luther King in Detroit, yes. And he's been considered a Michigan State lean for a while, and I'm not denying that. He's probably obviously a Michigan lean at this point, but people were expecting him to commit some other time, like before the opening were reports that he might commit. There were reports that he would commit at the opening. There were even some reports that he might commit to Ohio State at their Friday Night Light events, but he hasn't committed. From what I'm hearing, he's probably going to wait till after his season or towards the end of his senior season. I don't blame any of these guys. They shouldn't be in any rush. If I were in their shoes, I would honestly want to be 100% sure on where I wanted to go before I made an official announcement, so I don't blame them. But there's been plenty of rumors going around that Michigan has been surging in his recruitment, and I personally think that there is some truth to those rumors. Although I was given some news today from a source that I'm confident that this is credible information. That it's not very good for Michigan fans regarding Corley's recruitment. I don't want to get into that really because I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't be saying. But it's not necessarily any good news for Michigan and Corley. Basically, I'll give you a quick overview of the news, but I don't want to go into specifics because, again, I don't want to be saying stuff that I shouldn't. But really what I was told was that all this momentum that Michigan has seemed to be gaining with Corley is not, it's a little bit overhyped. That he's still considering Michigan as a realistic option, but it's still, as I said, it's a little bit overhyped. It would take a monumental effort from Coach Wheatley, I believe that's who's recruiting Corley, to pull it off. I'd be shocked as of right now if Michigan was able to land him. But the good thing is, really, he wasn't considering Michigan before. Now, we kind of gauged his interest again, and I think he's looking at it. If Michigan can somehow flip his teammate and current Penn State commit, Lavert Hill. Excuse me, guys, I'm getting a call here. I'll be right back, getting a call in the studio. Hey, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that interruption. That was a call regarding freelance work. As many of you know, I'm a graphic designer, and I take calls regarding freelance work. I recently sent my resume out to multiple companies who needed some design work done, and I gave them my studio number, and unfortunately they called me while I was recording this. So, apologies for that, guys. Hopefully that won't happen again during this recording. So we were talking about Donnie Corley and what it would take to get him. I left off on if Michigan was able to flip his teammate Lavert Hill, I wouldn't rule out Corley picking Michigan. In fact, I recently posted about this in my VIP forums on my website. Again, you can view those for free if you register an account. I'll give you a little bit of a tidbit, little snippet from that, guys. What I said was, what I've basically been telling you. Michigan State seems to be the clear leader as of right now for Corley, with teams such as Ohio State and Tennessee lurking. Corley seems to be viewing the Wolverines as a realistic option. And if Michigan can flip Lavert Hill, wouldn't necessarily rule out Corley choosing the Wolverines, but it would take a monumental effort from Tyrone Wheatley to land Corley, even if Hill would flip. The longer the recruitment takes, the better the chances for Michigan. That's what I put in my VIP forum post, and I truly believe that. If this recruitment goes on for a long time, then Michigan will have a better chance. He's going to be visiting Michigan State soon. Don't rule out him pulling the trigger there, but I still expect him to wait a while. It's probably going to last a little bit longer, so that's good for Michigan. But again, I heard some not so encouraging news earlier today regarding Michigan and Corley. I don't want to say that. I don't want to go into details. But again, not so encouraging, so I don't want everybody to get hyped up about possibly landing Corley, okay? Next guy I wanted to talk about was Donnie Corley's teammate, Lavert Hill. Again, he's a Penn State commit. Crystal balls on 247sports.com have been trending towards Michigan for him. I'm not sure how many, but the last couple of ones have all been for Michigan, in Michigan's favor. And before Michigan State went on a run, and now Michigan's going on a run there, Michigan State seemed to be the leader to flip the current Penn State commit, but now Michigan seems like a realistic option. I could definitely see Hill flipping to Michigan. In fact, he's probably the more likely of the two between Corley and himself to flip to Michigan, although I could definitely still see them both going to Michigan State. That's still a realistic option. I get some of the Spartan fans who are upset that I'm talking about these guys who seem to be MSU leans on the show. Yeah, I have the right to talk about whoever I want to. This is a strictly Michigan recruiting show. We're going to be talking about who the staff's targeting. And I'm not denying that MSU has a realistic possibility. Michigan State's a great program, but of course, I want to give the Michigan side of things. And in this case, the Michigan side of things is that there's still a realistic chance for Lavert Hill to end up with Wolverine. Of course, his brother is part of the roster right now, and I could definitely see that happening, guys. I wouldn't rule out him committing to the Wolverines just yet. And he seems to be wavering on that Penn State commit. He doesn't seem to be so solid with it, so we'll definitely have to stay tuned there, guys. Next person I wanted to talk about in the 2016 class is top target on Michigan's board, has been for a while, is 4-star wide receiver athlete. He's more of a wide receiver, Amir Mitchell out of New Jersey. And guys, as I've been saying, I believe I said this on a previous episode of the show, and I've been talking about this in some articles that I've had on my website. it's down to Michigan and Ohio State. The rival, as Amir Mitchell said in a tweet that he posted, the rivalry will continue in his recruitment. He does. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he knows where he's going, and sometimes feel like he might not, based on his tweets. So I can't read. Sometimes it's difficult to read some of these guys. So you'll never know. I still believe he's going to be a Wolverine at the end of the day, guys. I think I'd be shocked to see him go to the Buckeyes, although they're a realistic option. I covered this on previous episodes of the show. People were writing them off, and I felt that was inappropriate to do. They were definitely still a realistic option, and now, as you can see, it's between Michigan and Ohio State. And he said that they're neck and neck. I think there may be some truth to that, but in the end, I definitely think he's going to be a Wolverine. He's got Jersey friends already committed to the Wolverines, other targets who could become Wolverines, and I definitely think Amir Mitchell will probably be a Michigan Wolverine. I put the odds of that probably at like an 85%, in my opinion. If I had to predict where he would go right now, it would be to Michigan. That's definitely where I would pick Amir Mitchell to go. We'll have to see. He's been saying that he's going to release a commitment soon. I talked to him, and he knows when he wants to commit, is what he told me. He knows what day he would like to commit. So expect that announcement to be made soon of when he'll be committing, and don't expect the actual announcement of where he'll be going to be long after when he announces when he will announce. Sorry if I confused you there, but he should be announcing his plan soon, and then he should also be deciding soon, if that was a little bit easier for you guys. Another guy I wanted to get to talking about is #1 player in Colorado. He's a linebacker guy, defensive line guy, but he's more of like a buck linebacker type of dude. And Michigan really wants players that can fill that kind of role on their defense. And this is Carlo Kemp. And he visited yesterday, and now he's saying that Michigan holds the edge in his recruitment. This looks like it's going to be a classic Michigan-Notre Dame battle. Then again, I could be wrong. Many analysts before were saying that, if you can remember, current Michigan State commit Josh King, people were saying that was going to be a Michigan-Notre Dame battle. But as of right now, this obviously looks like it's going to be a Michigan-Notre Dame battle, and it looks like Michigan holds the edge, as he has said. He visited at the barbecue, and right now I wouldn't be shocked to see him pull the trigger anytime now, guys. Obviously, I've heard reports that he wants to settle down, think this through, take official visits, and then decide. But the emotions are running high, and he could still definitely pull the trigger now. He could pull the trigger today, he could pull the trigger tomorrow, he could pull the trigger next week. We might have to wait a couple months to see him. But he is starting to look like an extremely realistic possibility to join this class, and this could definitely shake up this class. This is interesting. I'm so curious to see what will happen if Carlo Kemp commit. I believe he's a take, in my opinion. I would take Carlo Kemp. You need someone to fill that buck linebacker type position. This doesn't affect Caleb Kelly's recruitment or any of the other linebackers. I think they're still going to be going for linebackers. There's a big possibility for linebacker depth in this class. Plenty of guys that are considering Michigan, probably in their top 3 as of right now. Devin Bush Jr., Dontavius Jackson, Caleb Kelly, Jonathan Jones. These are all linebacker type of guys, but you need someone to fill that buck linebacker type of guy, still be able to play the defensive line position, you know what I mean. And Carlo Kemp can obviously fill that void here, and I could see him, committing anytime soon. Wouldn't be surprised to see him commit. So, another thing I want to talk to you before we end the show, guys, is Michigan looks to be taking 3 wide receivers right now in this class. It looks like 3 wide receivers. Could be 2 if Michigan decides to take 2 tight ends or multiple linebackers. We'll have to see. Or if they take another defensive end, we'll have to see. But right now, in my opinion, I think they should take 3 wideouts and 1 tight end and a couple more linebackers. And I don't think they need any more defensive ends, really. But I think that's what they should go with, 3 wideouts. And people are saying, well, who could fit that 3rd wideout spot? Right now there's 1 wide receiver committed. Everyone's saying that Amir Mitchell is going to be that 2nd guy. I agree. And who's left for 3rd place there, for the 3rd spot? And guys that you could easily see there are guys such as Donnie Corley, which again, still a long shot, but definitely could happen. Another guy that everyone seems to forget about, and he's still really feeling Michigan, guys. Stanford maybe holds the edge now in his recruitment after offering him. I think it's going to be a Stanford-Michigan battle here. But we could still definitely get him if we wanted. And this is Donald Stewart out of New Jersey. His teammates with Rashawn Gary, number one target. And who knows? Maybe if one of them goes to Michigan, the other one will go too. So I don't rule out Stewart coming to Michigan just yet. I think he's a very realistic possibility that everyone's kind of sleeping on. And he definitely could go. There were some other targets that looked to be getting some Michigan interest, never got offered, that committed to other places. But yeah, Stewart's definitely a guy that I could see still joining this class. Stanford, obviously, right now, I feel they hold the lead in his recruitment after offering him. Wouldn't be surprised if he joins the Cardinal class, but I wouldn't be surprised if he joins Michigan's class either. So you got to watch out for that, guys. So that's just a little heads up. That's my opinion on what I feel Michigan should do in finishing out their class. So, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. This has been a fantastic episode of Inside Michigan Recruiting with GoBlueDesign. If you want to get the latest recruiting information, guys, follow me on Twitter at GoBlueDesign. You can see all my design, artwork, all my tweets regarding Michigan recruiting. Again, visit my website, GoBlueDesign.weebly.com. You can listen to the other episodes of this podcast. You can view my free articles that are right there. And you can sign up for my VIP forums, which are free, guys. All you have to do is register a free account, and then you get access to the VIP information that other sites will be charging you for. Just remember that, guys. So, guys, again, we're going to wrap that up. Fantastic episode. This has been GoBlueDesign. We'll see you next time, and go blue.